Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, Call of Duty Vanguard is officially released. A lot of you have already played the game, checked out my videos yesterday. We talked about everything new in the game, the weapon camos, the operator cinematics, but it's at the point where I kind of want to start helping you guys out in game and be the best player you can be. That's what I like to do whenever a new game is launched, whether that be Warzone, whether that be Call of Duty, whatever it is. So I've been looking on social media at Twitter, Instagram, everything like that. By the way, all of those links are down in the description if you want to check any of those out. And one thing that I've been seeing is everyone is grinding weapons, trying to level them up, then unlock camos, things along those lines. And it makes sense because with Warzone Pacific coming out, you want those weapons leveled up so that you have all of the attachments for them and you can actually use things when that game is actually out. So what I wanted to do today is put together a video of the fastest way to actually rank weapons up within the game. And there definitely is one fastest way to do so. But to do that, you first have to understand how weapon XP actually works in game, which is actually very straightforward. Then after that, you can extrapolate and figure out what the actual fastest way to do so is. So that is what we're going to be doing in this video. None of the BS. We're not going to go into any fake tips that don't actually work. We're going to cover things that you may think work, but actually don't. And then we're going to answer the question, what is the fastest way to rank up those weapons, get all of those attachments, and start grinding for camos? So without further ado, let's dive into it. So in Call of Duty Vanguard, weapon XP works very differently than regular XP. Regular XP you get for many different things, capturing objectives, getting kills, getting different types of medals, whether that be double kills, Kingslayer, bloodthirsties, things along those lines. Those will all give you additional XP. However, weapon XP is different. Weapon XP, you only get XP for getting kills with that weapon. Now, I did a whole bunch of testing and it turns out that medals like double kills, bloodthirsties, Avengers, Kingslayer, whatever those medals may be, do not give extra XP for weapons. There are certain ways to get extra XP, which we will talk about in a second, but first I wanted to tell you how much XP you're getting per kill in various different modes. So we're going to start out with multiplayer, and as far as multiplayer goes, it is very straightforward. In almost all of the game modes, in other words, all of the respawn game modes, for every kill that you get 105 XP. Why not 100? I don't know. It's 105. To be clear, the one thing that I do have on is the 10% XP bonus from the battle pass, but I don't believe that gives extra weapon XP. I think it is just for your character XP, but I'm not 100% sure. But just know that I had that on and I was getting 105 XP per kill. Now, there are some other multiplayer modes that do make a difference. For example, Search and Destroy, instead of getting 105, you get 135 to 140 XP per kill. So a little bit more, but in Search and Destroy, you get a lot less. And in my opinion, that's not enough weapon XP. And I think Search and Destroy is a horrible way to level up weapons. However, there's one other mode, and that is Champions Hill. So there's duos and trios Champions Hill. And in this mode, you get 496 XP, weapon XP per kill, which is a huge bump. It's almost 5 times as much as your normal respawn game mode. So we'll dive a little bit more into that one in a bit. So those are basically all of the multiplayer modes you need to know. So then there is zombies. And as far as zombies goes, there's a couple of problems with zombies right away. First of all, it doesn't work like normal traditional zombies does, where each round you get more and more zombies spawning and you can make trains out of them and you can eliminate more and more of them. As you kind of ramp up, you get to round 13 or 14, you're in these very small areas. Yes, more zombies spawn, but it's harder to make these trains and get these big amounts of kills like you could in other zombies matches. And unfortunately, the amount of XP, weapon XP that you are getting per zombies kill starts at about 16. And as you pack a punch your weapon and get upgrades, that amount actually goes down. It does not go up as the levels progress, which means as the more you play, you get less and less XP per kill. This makes it so it takes a very long time to level up your weapons, and once you hit level 31, it's 2,500 weapon XP per level. That takes about 12 to 11 minutes per level, which is much slower than just playing any multiplayer mode except for maybe Search and Destroy. I think that this will get buffed, and I guessing the way that they'll do it is they'll just keep it at a steady 16 XP per zombie kill, but I don't know. There's certain sort of modes you can go into in zombies and just have unlimited zombies spawning, so they probably didn't want that. It is very, very confusing what they have done with zombies, but just know it is not a good way to level up weapons. It takes much longer than just playing multiplayer. So the numbers that you are seeing on screen here is the amount of XP you get for a weapon per kill in various different modes. There is one other thing you need to know, and you may have thought as I gave these numbers, it seemed like you were getting weapon XP a little bit faster, and that's because you are. And at first I thought that this was a match bonus that you got for weapon XP upon completing a game. But as it turns out, the more testing I did, it appears as though the longer you are in a game, so in other words, the longer a game lasts, the more multiplier you get for your weapon XP. So how it ended up working out is per normal game, whether you're playing team deathmatch, domination, patrol, whatever it may be, the longer the game is, the more XP you get per weapon kill. So with this, I ended up finding out that in these modes, you're generally getting 125 to 145 XP per game, and the longer a game is, the more weapon XP you get. So essentially what this means is to maximize your weapon XP, you want to be playing in a game mode where you get the most possible kills in the longest amount of time. So longer game modes like domination will actually do you a little bit better because generally they last a little bit longer, and game pacing like blitz will also do better because you will get more kills. I feel like it's also important to mention at this time, if you are playing on PlayStation in a party, you will actually get 25% more XP because that is their exclusivity bonus, and that is a big deal. That's pretty much an hour a weapon, if not 2 hours a weapon less, and that will eventually equate to days if you are leveling up all of your weapons. So that is also a big bonus. However, the absolute fastest way to level up your weapons is by playing Champions Hill. With getting almost 500 XP per kill, what this means is that it is like getting 5 kills every time you get one. If you're a somewhat decent player and can get 20 plus kills a game, that's like getting 100 kills within domination. Now, Champions Hill games generally take a little bit longer and there's a little bit of waiting, which is the downside. However, if you have a good team and you are good, and like I said, you get about 20 kills per game, it is by far the fastest way to rank up your weapons. I also would not be surprised if this ends up getting nerfed because it is so good, but as of right now, it's the best way. The one downside to it is you don't really get to pick the exact weapon you level up. You have to see what weapons you can buy or what weapons you start with, and then use those throughout the game to then level them up. But it is the fastest by quite a substantial margin. So what I recommend doing is when you start off and you have all of your weapons at rank 1, play Champions Hill, level up a bunch of weapons really fast, and then when you hop into multiplayer, domination, or those longer game modes, you will actually have attachments already, and then you can get kills for the exact weapons that you want, and then in turn level them up. So to go over that really quickly, the fastest way to level up weapons is within Champions Hill, but if you want to direct level an individual weapon, you have to get the most kills possible in the longest game modes possible. So domination, blitz is my best guess for how you will get the most kills over the most amount of time and work up the most XP. The other rumor that I wanted to dismiss is, like I said, those medals like double kills, Kingslayer, things like that don't give you XP for your weapons. Similarly, doing things like weapon challenges and unlocking camos also don't give you weapon XP either. So yes, do those challenges to get camos to level your character up, but they're not going to help level your weapons up individually. So that is how it works. That is the fastest way to level up your weapons. I tried to make it as quick and as painless as possible. So go out there, get your grind on, get some weapons completed, and be ready for when Warzone Pacific comes out. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, you found it informative, always appreciate it if you hit that like button. New to the channel, like what you see, be sure to subscribe, turn notifications on. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're